Hey, what's happening? You can see on my face I'm just having the time of my life doing some valve work, and I come across this really cheap tool, which is why I wanted to make this video. Because, well, it works. We don't like to spend $500 on one that does the same thing necessarily, unless you're a shop. Then hey, whatever. Okay, so here it is, and then over there you can see I have various unrelated to this video engine accessory parts and stuff. But this is the Maddox. You can get a Harbor Freight. I think pretty much any Harbor Freight will carry this, but looks like that right there. And there's our information, MD1A1. And I'm gonna show you on the bench and take off one, show you exactly how easy it is. I did want to note this is the intake valve on this small block 350. This is completely stock. There's nothing crazy. And oops, but there's a V on top of this little cap. And the V on this application means intake. On the exhaust, there isn't anything on the exhaust ones. But all we're doing is we're just squeezing a spring so that way these little guys can pop out. You'll notice also that there's two grooves on each of these valves. There's grooves on all these. Bada bing, bada boom. And the upper one is basically the clamp for these little wedges. See how it's grooved in the middle of them? That's for the top one. And then the seal is for the bottom one. And what happens over time is that, well, like all things, they get, seal dries up, they get hard, and they crack and they break. And when that happens, it leaks oil down in there, and it starts to basically, get hot, and then it sticks to the valves, and then the valves won't close all the way, and then it affects your combustion. So, but this is an awesome tool. Try not to get off topic. I'm going to take you over and get right started on this. All right, you can see that I got everything taken off, the rockers and the nuts, that is. That's what you want to do when you're doing a head job. And so I can put this on with one hand. It is that easy to do this. And so you can see it's off, and I'm going to do it. Oh, too far. All right, so there it is. And so might be a little harder because I was using two hands, but when you're tightening it, you just want to make sure that the black things kind of stay inward, and you can kind of see what it's doing there. Keep it dead center of the valve, just like that. Yeah, it's going to take two hands for me to hold it in place while I'm starting to put pressure on it. Okay, ta-da! So I have taken the pressure off of those little wedges. So now what I've been doing is just flipping over the whole head and holding it still, keeping pressure on this while tapping on the bottom of the valve. Now a machinist would probably dislike this video, which is fine, I don't care. But the way I'm getting it out is I have to tap with something hard. You could use a hammer or whatever. A mallet would probably be the correct choice of tools to use, but you know what? It's not hurting these valves whatsoever. But I'm tapping ever so lightly, like that, dead center with it in the head, because it's been under all that pressure for so long that it kind of gets stuck on the wedge. All right, here we go. You see I'm moving it. I'm gonna tap on it right here. Listen for the sound change. And I'm pushing toward that way. You can see that. So that way it does what I want it to do. And there it went. Now I gotta fetch the wedges that went flying somewhere. Okay, there's our spring, find our tool. There's our wedges, there's our broken seal, and then here's our nasty valve. All right, it has been done. Yeah, so they don't sponsor me. Maddox does not do anything like that. This is just, hey, I found this super cheap tool. It works. Check it out, everybody. Like, subscribe, or don't. I don't care. Have a nice day.